Oh wait! I got to do it now. Wait! This is gonna be funny. Wait! You ready? I got to do it.
This is awesome. This is amazing. I love it.
It was psychological. It was emotional. Extremely entertaining.
But as always, as we try to say here, as we said, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And as we talk about this video, please like on the video and comment on the video, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to a Christmas episode of Iron Panther Presents. Today we shall be discussing Eddie Murphy's effort at a Christmas movie called Candy Cane Lane on Amazon. Because I was not about to go to theaters to see this, but it was a nah. But it was good. I mean, it was good. It was fine. I'm not big on Christmas movies, to be honest. But I was like, this is all right. It had me engaged and shit. Terry and I was watching it. Anyway, she actually stopped watching it, and then she was like, "Hey, Dave, you watch it with me?" And then we started watching it again. So anyway, let's get through it. Let's start with the positives. I said positives. Does anybody have anything positive to say about this movie?
The little girl.
I love that little girl. Let's start with Kim, though. Let's start with Kim. Kim, what do you got positive for this movie?
Well, the positive was the little girl. I enjoyed her performance very much. I enjoyed that the lesson in this is that Christmas, of course, we know that Christmas is, if you're religious, is about, God and Jesus and all that stuff, right? But if you're not, it's about family, right? So I love that this was about family, that so many times the father, Chris, Eddie Murphy's character, it was all about winning a competition or about having the best Christmas yard, Christmas ornaments and all that stuff. And he didn't focus on the fact that they were all together as a family, and that's where that's where his focus should have been. So I really, really enjoyed that. And I did love that he loved Christmas so much that he named all his children behind, like different Christmas themes, right? Like Holly and Joy.
And he decided to marry a woman named Carol. So
right, that's all I was about to say. We don't even acknowledge Chris and Carol. I was like, what?
Yeah, exactly, right. I thought that was cute. I thought it was cute. So I actually enjoyed it. I mean, I took it for what it was. It was just a holiday family, movie, right? I didn't take it seriously. I enjoyed the comedy that was in it. And so it was, will I watch it again? I've watched it twice already. I probably won't watch it again. But I won't watch it again until maybe my grandsons can see it with me. Maybe I'll watch it with them. The older one, my grandson that's in South Africa, he's going to be 13. So I'll probably watch it with him maybe one day. But the little one is going to be a couple of years because there's a lot of cussing in this. So, yeah. But I think it's good enough to watch as a family. So,
yeah. All right. For an Eddie Murphy movie, it's a pretty good
Eddie Murphy movie. Yes, because that it threw me a little bit with all the cussing. I was like, wait a minute, what's happening here? Like, this is a lot.
And a lot of sexual adult jokes in it. Yes, like a lot.
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah.
And I was like, that's Eddie Murphy though. He's like, I still gotta be me, baby. Absolutely. As I try to do it for the kids.
Yeah.
But I did with that. All right, thank you, Kim. Thank you. Anybody else have something positive? Come on, Chris, talk about the little girl.
Matrix House. There you go. I'll just say
that didn't sound right at all, David. That didn't. Go ahead, Chris. Talk about the little girl.
No,
I said
Matrix.
You like Holly.
I said Matrix House. I tried to divert real quick by saying the light up Matrix House. So
all right.
I
you didn't see that coming. No. Is that it? No. Is that the only positive?
No, I guess her name's Holly. I guess that's the little girl's name. Yeah. No, she was cool. It seems like it's weird. It's like all these TV shows and movies. It's like even the ones that are like either not good or subpar. It's always the little ones that kind of make that like kind of some of the things that bring it out. Like we saw that in the Marvels. You know what I mean? With the young girl being the highlight of it, and now we're seeing it again here. You know what I mean? So yeah, I thought she was really cool. I love that moment that her brother Nick like was saying, wait a minute, we're named after Christmas names. It's like you just now figuring that out. So I thought that was kind of a funny moment. And positives. Wow. I like how much it. Oh, okay, I'll say this: the creativity as far as the story. It was a creative, different take of a story movie. I will say that it was different. You know what I mean? So I appreciate it being original. It was original, even though I mean I guess you could say it draw some inspiration from maybe like like Jumanji, maybe a little bit. You know what I mean? Where stuff starts coming alive. Other than that, though, it was very original, which I do appreciate because it's kind of hard. Like when you do a Christmas movie or whatnot, it's a lot of times, no matter what you do, it's about people changing their ways and whatnot. It winds up being like a reimagination of either a Christmas Carol or It's a Wonderful Life or something like that. So it's hard to do an original tale unless it's about two opposite people falling in love, or and then it'll wind up being Hallmark or Lifetime. So
yeah.
I will give that. I'll give it a thumbs up on that. And I guess another positive is I love seeing Eddie Murphy working. I love that he is working. And he's basically becoming the same Bill Cosby that he used to make fun of on stage. He used to make fun of Bill Cosby for doing stuff like this. I'm like, my dude, you are Bill Cosby now. And it's like, you know what I mean? I'm talking about Bill Cosby before we knew he was a freak. I'm like, all right. You know what I mean? I'm talking about Bill Cosby, like when he started doing movies like Ghost Dad. You know what I mean? Ghost Dad and Spy Film, that stuff. So that's what Eddie Murphy's doing now. You know, he's doing stuff like that. He is. You know, I'm waiting for Beverly Hills Cop 4, but I have a feeling it's still not going to be like the old school Axel Foley, but we'll see on that. So
Beverly Hills Cop 3 wasn't like the old Axel Foley.
Oh, that was trash.
That's true too. Damn, good point, Jemani. Shit.
Are we trying to be positive here?
No, we got. Well, that's a different movie, so we can shit on that movie. We're trying to be positive for this movie. Like that's a difference. But that being said, Jemani, I said positive. Go.
David Alan Grier. It's always nice to see him. He's a great actor. No, I it's hard to give this positive without giving the negative, but like I think they kind of handicapped or handcuffed Tracee Ellis Ross. I thought she has that comedic timing, and they didn't utilize it to a point where it actually made a difference for the movie. Like you could see it at times, but I think she could have really, if they gave her more to do or more to play with it would have really carried over. Because I'm like, how like Eddie Murphy was basically the straight man for most of the movie, so there was no comedy. It was except for like the little claymation toy people or whatever, you know, like that. No, I
thought Carol had some funny lines, and I mean, it was Tracee Ross being Tracee Ross, and for me, she's just funny anyway. Like her facial expressions, her mannerisms, she's just a funny person. I mean, so I thought she was funny. I mean,
I'm not saying she wasn't. I'm saying I wish they gave her more.
Oh, okay. Well, it wasn't really about her; it was about him. So.
But they're a married couple, so you would think like you'd be like, "Hey, let's." But actually, it's funny. Anyway, I'm sorry, Jemani. Anything else? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm like, we saw her at work and everything like that. I'm like, I just thought, you know, like the interaction when they were at the track meet, and she's talking with the kids' math teacher or whatever. That was funny. Like there could have been more things that they could have inserted her into and found funny out of it, as opposed to, I don't know. It was just Eddie Murphy and the daughter, and I'm like, the daughter was a good actress, but she wasn't like a Gary Coleman who was
no, she was funny. The sidekick. She was the dad's sidekick, basically.
Yeah, she wasn't like the comedic little kid like a Gary Coleman or something like that.
Or Emmanuel Lewis or something.
Yeah. So I was like, it didn't have as much funny as I would like it to have, but it still, I like I guess you'd say like the way that the things came alive and things when they found the rings and things just collapsed, like the effects and stuff like that was top notch.
All right. But anything else?
Not for positive. No, that's
all right. Okay. I saw you. He's like, I got a list. To the comments. My kids love this. Love the movie. You're right, Chris. With the comparison to Bill Cosby. They all come full circle at some point. They're gonna get old. To that point, anyway. Positives. I did love. No. I did love the figurine characters. I thought they were hilarious. And to point of more, I would have liked to get one of their backstories, like how they became one of the figures, like that kind of thing, like to show it. I thought that would have been something. But I thought the story was original. It wasn't, like you said, it wasn't a retelling of A Christmas Carol. To the kid, Holly was good. Holly was very good. She was very cute. To Jamani's point, they could have gave some of those scenes to the mom. It could have been them two, like doing some of these events. It didn't always have to be the kid, like, you know what I'm saying. But they were like, you know, we need to amp up the Christmas feeling, so we're gonna focus on this little one. But like Tracee Ellis Ross was on it. I mean, and I really like that. The Black Santa, I was like, all right. David Alan Grier, the social media guy, he was hilarious.
Yeah, DC.
I thought we were doing positives, David.
Hey, this is my positive, so that could be your negative. like that's how teams work. Like I said, like he was a bit much. He looked like a hood Kevin Hart to me. Like that. That's what I got from him for some reason.
You don't like that stuff. Kim, are we watching this correctly? David doesn't like this stuff. You don't like this. What?
No, okay, Chris, don't make me. I got one. I got a negative for this. Don't get me wrong, but I was like, I said positive. All right. Okay. So I love Pepper. I like the evil elf situation. Like I like that. The uses of the rings. Mm-hmm. This is a but also a. I saw it coming when they were in the bed. For some reason, they were in the bed. They were talking, right, and I saw both of their and I saw her ring. And I was like, why is she wearing a gold band? Like, she's a wife, right? I was like, be damned. It's going to come down to those two fucking rings. And I was like, and it did. And I was like, mother. I was like, all right. But I was like, I knew it. Like, I was like, that makes no sense. I was like
positive.
Okay, my fault. So I'm about to do my fault. It all comes together.
His own rule, like
I know. He put the rules out there. He's like,
so I'm saying it was creative, but it was also obvious. That's what I'm saying. So
no. You're right. Yeah.
And it was about them. It was about the family, right? Like in the end, it became this married couple, you know. And I was like, that's cool. So it became a family movie. So I did like that.
And also too, I forgot to say this. I'm sorry. It's like when they were in the bed, I believe it was in the bed, and they both said, she said to him and he said to her, we're in this together.
Yeah.
Like no matter whether I disagree or agree with what's going on, we're together on this, period. I love that because that's what marriage is. It's a partnership. Sometimes you're not going to agree with what's going on the other side, but as a family, you
got to
realize,
come through
okay, we got to get this done, right?
Yeah.
I love that. I was like, that is what marriage is, like part of what marriage is about. I thought that was really nice.
And to that, but I think Tracee Ellis Ross, she's that like go-to wife.
She is
kind of like Tisha Campbell, right? Like Tisha Campbell's that go-to wife and black stuff. Like, and so I was like, and like Loretta Devine is the go-to mama, like
or grandma,
depending on the character, that she wants to play. But I was like, but like Tracee, she made it to that level. Like she's the go-to wife, right? And she really can play that role, you know, and that. I gotta hope Terry. So Kim, what did you not like about this? And then do that, and then I'll be back.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. Let me see. I thought I liked Pepper, but I thought she was a little bit over the top at certain points of it. Like she got on my nerves at certain points. But let me see. What else was a negative? Ooh, I
And
don't
Kim,
know.
you got to think of negatives. Is that what you're doing?
Because I actually enjoyed it. Like I did. I took it for what it was. That's what it is. I took it for what it was. It's a Christmas movie. Christmas movies are not supposed to be based on reality. They're a story about something that's not even real. So why do you know what I'm saying? So for me, I look at it, I took it for what it was. It's just a story that someone made up and brought the family closer together, and it's a fake family. So but I did feel joy and I laughter as watching it, right? So it did. I mean, it had a lot of stuff that was like ridiculous, like the fact that this place was like under the bridge. It looked like in LA or something, and nobody had ever. It looked like that building comes out only for Christmas, right? So it was imaginary building, you know, in the first place. So I don't know. I just.
Did you see the post-credit scene?
My nerves too. You know who got on my nerves? The lady that was the newscaster. Her and that guy.
Oh, you didn't like those two?
The prize. I couldn't stand them. I was like, why is this? Like, they got on my nerves. I did not like them at all. I thought they were completely over the top for no daggone reason at all. And they didn't really need to have them. They could have just had shown them like one time in the beginning. Mm-hmm. And then at the end, right? That's it. We didn't need it anymore in the middle. So.
Especially when you didn't get the $100,000, like that. It's like it's not even.
But
like
then when you switched it up, how about you switched it up and it wasn't $100,000? It was $100,000 of like prizes. It wasn't even actually the money. I'm like,
you completely made those characters irrelevant at that point, because that was the only reason that they were there, was to make they were going to be there to present the money, and like, oh, this all comes together, and she comes to see her nephew or whatever, and they were just fucking, or they got married or something, like when they held hands and be like, oh, you know, I always liked you, something, but they were just wasting time.
I didn't like that. That was that's another negative for me. But other than that, like I said, I just took it for what it is. It's just a Christmas movie, and it's to make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside, and I got that. So,
well, mission accomplished. At home. I'm like, so positive. I was like, I didn't have to go to the theater for this. So Chris, what you got, bro? It's like you've been waiting.
I agree. I agree that pretty much like most Christmas films, especially talking about fictional stuff, it's like the probability of stuff is not going to be present. So I knew watching this, I wasn't going to deal with it like that. It's going to be on the same wavelength. In my head, it was going to be like watching that Jonathan Taylor Thomas movie, Jingle All the Way. Jingle All the Way as well. You know what I mean? But Home for Christmas, where like all the crazy stuff of all the Santas and all that stuff. I knew it was going to be some stuff like that, which I was fine. I was even fine with what you were saying, Kim, as far as the idea of having just the Kringle store underneath the bridge. I was like, I bought it. I was fine with that. My issue wasn't even that. It was just like, annoyance of some of the things. Like, for one, the people's reactions to crazy stuff, magical stuff happening around them. Like, for one, like the track meet guy, the what do you call it?
The recruiter.
This man was like, I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, you were not going to. So yeah, you're not going to go. Not USC, I guess, because she wasn't really trying to go to USC. It was the
Notre Dame. Notre Dame because of the violations.
Yeah, but the violation. But I'm just like, my dude, you did not just see that freaking Lords of Leaping dude just all of a sudden just turned to wood. Like, how is no one freaking out? And then until the very end, people were kind of freaking out a little bit, but there was it was like a typical Saturday. And then Santa goes away, and everyone was like, "Cool." Like, well, no, this is y'all did
that was weird. I didn't. You know what? I was trying to figure out, were they seeing it? Like, I really was like, are they actually seeing that this is happening, or is it just the family? Because it was.
That's
weird.
what I thought. That's what I thought, Kim. I was like, there's no way people can be seeing this shit, because they would be freaking out.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we saw the fights of like 10 people running around.
That's
and none of this makes social media. Nobody pulls out a phone. Like you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I thought that was crazy. I thought. I mean, they basically turned Nick into Junior from My Wife and Kids. You know what I mean? Where he was just straight up just an idiot. Like you know what I mean? And just like he said, 5 + 2, that's 7. Yo, I'm a genius. I'm like, oh hey, we just have another dumbass black kid now. Is that what we're doing here? Like it's just another dummy. You know what I mean? It's just, and then she just randomly leaves in the middle of his sister's track meet just because like I got inspired to play the tuba in the middle of the show. Like what?
Because your math teacher says, I want to talk to your parents. I gotta go play the tuba.
What? I'm feeling inspired. I don't like that was so random.
What?
So random. So freaking
That's
random.
true.
Okay?
That was random.
That didn't make any sense. And I don't know. I felt like so at first I wasn't sure if Peppers was even an elf at first. I thought maybe he was like Krampus or like somewhat like a demon because I don't know, one of the lines and I get I feel like if you were if you're very religious, this part was going to probably bother you when like she was talking to Chris in the beginning and asking about like, you know, you don't know the true meaning of Christmas or whatever. And then he said, well, if you're religious, it's like oh, then it's about the whole thing. You're religious. And then she said, oh, Christ no, or whatever. She said, oh, Christ no, as if like you could interpret that as if she's basically saying like it's not about that. It's not. And I kind of my eyes were wide like, what? And they just left it there. I was like, why would they do that? Like, no, like, I mean, okay, I know. I guess they were trying to make it funny by just saying Christ or whatever. So they're like Christ no or whatever. It didn't land. It just didn't land. You know what I mean? I was like, damn. Okay, so that was very, very cringe, even for me. You know what I mean? And I watch a lot of cringe shit. So I was just like, for a family film, I was just like, that was I wasn't agreeing with that. I'm sorry, David. DC Young Fly was annoying as fuck. Okay, anytime I see that nigga, I'm sorry, that dude. I'm like, why? Like, you know what I mean? He was just so annoying. He was so freaking annoying. Oh my god! Like the only part that I thought was kind of funny was like when he was like looking at Santa. He's like, I knew he was black, and then the one anchor was like, I don't see color, and then the other anchor was like, what's the color of that nutcracker? Oh, it's white. And then there's just like there's nothing. And she just kind of looks at the camera, just like inside. I was like, okay, that's funny. But then it's just annoying. I thought the small figurine, the dude from SNL, the black dude from SNL, I found him and that other girl kind of annoying or whatever. But really, the only highlight was that Charles Dickinson looking dude or whatever was kind of cool. And there was nothing, but there was no back. I thought it was going to be a backstory on him because he was the oldest essentially, right? He was the first one tricked or whatever. So I'm like, where's his backstory? And then at the end, it was just more of like, he ain't got no home. I thought he was going to say something with the whole like, I was like, oh yeah, so you're going to go back to your family? I'm like, no, his family are dead. Like, what are you talking about? It just didn't go anywhere. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. I just found the whole thing just really weird. Some of the CGI at times was just kind of off. But I understand what they were trying to do with the French hens or whatever, but they literally dressed them up as being French. I was like, okay. But then they were so heavily CGI that I was just like, it kind of took me out of it a little bit. And then changing of the rules thing, I was like, okay, I understand she doesn't go by rules, but then it's like, it's five rings, and then now you're making it 50. I was like, but that's not the 12 days of Christmas. It'll be 5 rings, but but Santa's like, if she changes the rules, so therefore it can happen. And I'm just like, but I'm also like, Santa, you are Santa. You can reverse this easily. And all he's doing is just like just shooting stuff off the air just to get a ring. I'm like, bro, you are freaking Santa. You can do a whole lot more than that. You know what I mean? Like, what in the hell? And then a lot of convenient stuff of rings popping up. And I'm sorry, the other very cringe scene was with the tuba with Nick in that area playing the tuba. And then it was kind of weird. That woman, the maids of milking or whatever. She was like kind of like, hey, how are you doing? I was like, at first I was like, is she trying to hit on him at first? And then she got milk, and I was just like, there's a lot of. I didn't know that was supposed to be an innuendo at a. I
was like,
it was.
He's like, not right now, baby, not right now.
There had to be an innuendo with that, and then the whole squirting with the mouth. I was like,
oh,
yeah, maybe. You know, it's just. I don't know.
That was too much. That was too much. That was a little. They crossed the line
Yeah. And to your point, yeah. And then like the cut, and then like them always saying, "Oh, damn," and hell, and it's when you watch it, you can tell it's clear that this movie is made for not just families, but really like kids, right? But then the way that like they're saying a lot of stuff, I'm like, damn, like, y'all, who is your audience then? I mean, for one, they would have to be black, right? With some of the stuff they were saying, and then two, they were saying like, "Oh, damn it, hell." So, you know what I mean? Did they even say? I don't think they dropped the S bomb, you know. But anyway, I didn't know what I was watching. I mean, it was just all over the place. It was original, sure, but just what the hell, like, you know? So sorry, you know what I mean? And I love Christmas movies, yo. I love the craziness of it. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is awesome. I love the whole light up things, and it's all like having a contest. All that stuff is awesome. So Kim, you're right. That's how I look at Christmas films. I take myself out of it, which is why I was all right about him turning small and a random house there. I was fine with that. That's not my issue. My issue was just other stuff that's just like, why? Like, why did y'all make that decision? So
it's like they just threw everything in there and tried to make it stick, right? So, but for me, like I said, there's some movies I have to take my brain out and watch it. Because if you look at it, you know what I'm saying? Like logically, it makes no sense.
But I was doing that though. I was doing that, but it was just like. But then at the end of the day, I'm like, why is Nick playing the tuba randomly? Like, I don't know what Christmas movie I ever watched that ever did that.
Yeah, it could, but that's the thing. It could have been an idea that someone came up with, and then they just threw it. You know what I'm saying? Like they just throw some. People sometimes make movies and they throw everything in there that doesn't really need to be in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then it comes out, and we're like, why did you do that? But only they know why they did it, right? I mean, Eddie Murphy is a producer on it, so he signed off on this, right?
Yeah,
so,
and it's doing big on Amazon. Apparently, it's the number one watched film.
Yeah,
that being said,
well. It is.
It's not like Amazon got a whole lot right now either. So
like a huge catalog.
Yeah, it's like Adam Sandler. It's like the Adam Sandler movies on Netflix. This is going to be number one on Netflix, but let's be real what Adam Sandler stuff is.
True, Giovanni, sir.
Okay. All right.
Where's your list? Come on.
All right.
Did you check it twice?
All right. I didn't know. I saw the trailer, but the trailer left a lot to be desired. Like as far as knowing what's going on with this movie, I walked into this movie. And I thought that it was going to be about somebody putting on a light show and is very super involved with that for Christmas. And it's a competition. It's a Christmas light competition movie. I had no idea that it was going to be some sort of mysticism or, science fiction-y type of, Christmas belief or what, I don't know how you categorize that, like with fictionalized stuff or whatever. I had no idea that was coming. So I'm like, you need to be very.
It's gonna be fictionalized. Like
I didn't know that.
But not like supernatural. Like he's saying, like he didn't think like Jingle All the Way is.
You don't think Santa Claus is?
I didn't know there was going to be. I didn't know. I didn't know
David Allen Santa Claus in it. Nothing said Santa Claus. Is to his point. Like I mean, it's yeah. I hear you. I hear you, Jumanji.
When you say Candy Cane Lane and you see the preview, I'm thinking, okay, they're going to be tricking each other. Like how the movie started off is. He's like, oh, I know the neighbor put the swans in my pool, and they're fighting back and forth trying to win the prize. And I did like the fact that he got right out fired, right? And he's trying to, I got laid off. No, they're not gonna call you back under any circumstances, pretty much. Like it's just it's not like he got fired, but I like the way he's trying to placate it by saying I got laid off. That's that could have been a little bit more played up for like the comedy of no, you didn't get laid off, you got fired. But I have no idea what people were too okay with all of this stuff happening. Like Like when he says, okay, I don't want you guys to freak out when I show you this. And then they go downstairs in the basement and then they see that. And I'm like, so can we pretend a little bit that there's reality left? Like, forget about winning this light show. We have these freaking toys that can talk and walk and stuff. Call the National Enquirer, call TMZ, call the AP, call E Network, call all these places, because we're gonna make millions off of this. Forget about this little competition. I'm like, there was nobody who even inquired into that. It was just, yes, all for this competition. And then the competition is a bust because it's tacos. And I'm like, who can afford to give away $100,000 of product? Like, it would be easier to give away the money than to like, I'm going to give you away $100,000 worth of tacos, and I have to make the tacos and give them to you. It's just way more intense. Like who it just doesn't make any sense. But I thought I was watching Power Book 4 Force. It was, music is math. I'm like, okay. And then all for that to be thrown out the window because at the end of the story, Eddie Murphy, you and your music, you should continue to do your music and I'll believe in you. And like, let's just forget about this whole math stuff and you being in school. Who cares? Because you love your music. And like, he has found that he can use music to do math, but forget all that. He just totally supports him in just his music alone.
These are good points.
I don't agree with that. I think that the father decided that he was gonna that because his son realized that music and math go hand in hand, that his son, that he was gonna support his son in the fact that he wanted to do music. I don't think that he was like, it's okay that you failed. I don't see that.
No, but I'm saying according to what Eddie Murphy said, he was just like, I support you in music. Not to say it wasn't like, I support you in music, but you really do got to get your grades up.
Well, that's just an extra ad lib, but if you think about it, he's basically just saying I support you. But of course, he wants him to do better in math.
And not only that, Jumaane, they kind of already did the math part kind of when like he started figuring it out, and then like it was coming to him, like him understanding. So I hear you. He didn't explicitly said it, but they kind of answered that whole math thing where it was like. He was getting better with math, even though it was just some simple addition. You know what I mean? So
it was.
Yeah.
I gotta.
It's basically what me.
But to what Kim was saying before about what you were saying right there, Jumaane, about the whole like just 100% support you. That is like what you typically see in Christmas stuff. So that one I do agree with Kim on when it comes to like that's what you see in Christmas films where it's just like more of like I understand now. And it's like, you know what? You can do whatever you want. You can date that guy that has all those tattoos on his face or whatever. That's just what they, that's
what they do in Christmas movies.
Yeah. I'm like, the post-credit scene is definitely what they do in those Christmas movies because I'm like, now Eddie Murphy is the owner of the whatever the name of the shop.
Yeah,
Kris Kringles.
Yeah.
There was a post-credit scene?
Yeah.
Well, technically, no, it's not at the post at the end. It was just the scene where you find out the shop is now owned by Kris.
Oh,
yeah.
You know
and
what?
That Pepper is one of the figurines now.
What?
Yeah, she became one of the figurines.
Oh, you get chopped at the end, huh? You didn't see like the bloopers and stuff at the end?
No, I was like, I'm not. This movie's done. I was like, no. Yeah. I was like, when they were opening gifts at somebody else's house, I was like, I'm out.
No, they were at their house. No,
I'm talking about the white people. I'm talking about the white people. Like when the neighbors came over and like they had gifts under the tree, I was like, what? I was like, it's okay. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let this slide. But to answer your question, I didn't watch post credits. That was also. I'm sorry, Jumaane. Anything else?
Animal control, like there's just birds in warehouses, in pools. No, just I was like. How are the people that are supposed to be evaluating this place?
Jesus, why are we so literal?
I'm with Kim on that one too. I got to start with Kim on that one. I got to start with Kim.
But it's a
fantastical comedy.
It's a fantastical movie. It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be logical. Stop trying to make it be logical. It's not nowhere.
The movie was trying to be logical. It started off logical, and then it just took a skid turn off the ramp. You have to be. This was like what I think of like. The Wizard of Oz. Like it starts off in Kansas and then it just goes somewhere else.
But the Wizard of Oz is not logical either. Like it's a tornado that takes her to the Wizard of Oz.
Jomani, why in the Wizard of Oz? Why are they randomly like dancing and singing? We're off to see the wizard.
Exactly.
You're not getting what I'm saying. You're not getting what I'm saying. That it started off one way and then just all of a sudden. Like when did this movie become something else? I was just like,
but that's what most fantastical movies do. That's what they do. The whole thing about Christmas doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense either. I mean, the whole story of Christmas makes no real sense, but everybody tells that story. Santa Claus coming through your daggone chimney. If you're coming to like the ghetto, someone will shoot you coming through their chimney. Christmas is not logical.
Well, to that point, that is why I would give my holiday recommendation to Dashing All the Way, because that is what actually did happen when a Santa tried to come in the house. It broke up their family because the father beat that ass.
Dashing All the Way. Who's in Dashing All the Way?
That's Ludacris and Little Rel.
Oh my God.
I haven't watched that.
I haven't watched that. I don't know if I want to watch that.
I'm telling you, it's way better than this. Way better than this.
Really? Hey, David, I need you to co-sign.
And it's logical, right? It makes sense.
I saw Lil Rel and Ludacris, and I said no. So I was like, I watched this one.
I said no too, David.
Same here. I was like, I saw Ludacris.
The cast already says, unless it's Fast and the Furious, I don't need to see Ludacris. and I won't even watch that. Fuck Lil Rel. Anyway, I'm sorry. So
God,
he's too much. He's too much. Like he's too much. But anyway, so not to be redundant.
Like DC Young Fly.
Yeah. But like, you know what? I was like, he was too much. So anyway, what Terry pointed this out to Jomani's point of it changing themes. It changing like what? Like. So when Eddie Murphy kept on driving around, he kept on driving around the same streets. And you remember the poster in the back that said like competition is the theft of happiness or joy? Did you see it?
No, I don't remember seeing that.
I think it's like President Truman was on it. The point is, you see the message like it's a subliminal message, right? And he's in a competition, right? This whole thing started with the whole light competition, right? Like I have to be bigger, I have to be the best, right? So Chris, like Terry thought, and I thought that was the point of that movie where like, you know, you're so focused on the competition and the lights and you forget the family. You forget the fact that, you know, like this is, and that was going to be the message that in the end, he's like, I got my family, everything's okay. And and Merry Christmas. Like we thought that was going to be the direction. And then that just went nowhere because the competition meant nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's why I'm like, and so it's again like Jingle All the Way, where it's like, I'm just trying to get this toy. Like Christmas means this toy. No, Christmas means family and that kind of stuff. And it's like, that's not what this movie was. So it just went a whole different direction. So I was like, what the? Okay. So like, what are we doing? So messaging got kind of off for me. The 12 Days of Christmas, the whole, like, again, the whole magical, you know, like ornament or whatever. Like the I thought like, all the animals or whatever were going to come back to it. And that's how he won the competition because he conquered the animals or whatever the fuck. And the magic was going to help him win. And then that didn't happen because I was like, what was the point of any of this shit? Like, also, I think that little girl got expelled from school. That's what I think what happened. Because my question is,
she ain't in school.
Wait, Holly?
Yes. Why is Holly always at home?
On the last day of school?
No, she was home every damn day when her brother and sister were at school. That's not what like. That's why they were never there. They were at school. So I'm like, why is she not at school, but her brother and sister are? So I thought you were going to find out that she actually got expelled and they just don't follow up on their kids. And like, you don't realize that's why.
No, it wasn't that she got expelled. It was the mother said, I need you to take her to school, right? Because you're not working. And he said, but I got to do these lights and stuff. And it's like, all right, I'll take her, right? And then he's like, I'm not going to school, am I? Nope. So it was a matter of he doesn't have enough time to take her to school because he's so concerned with putting these lights together.
But that's every day. So again,
because the next time that happened, he said to her, she said, okay, I got to take you to school. And then she was like, it's the last day. We're just going to be watching movies anyway.
It
was 2 days.
So again, I would have, I would prefer better like if she again, if her brother and sister in school, like they just wanted to focus on the little girl, I just felt like maybe she got expelled. Just like the brother was.
I'm going to tell you that I have done that before, where my kids don't have to go to school the day before, or if they're about to go on Christmas break, that last day they watch movies. So if you want to keep them home, you keep them home.
So
it's not a big deal. They're not actually doing any work.
That's true.
Literally the week before a holiday, they sit there, watch movies, they play games.
Like, why are they not home? Like, I mean,
because
it's like
high schoolers are annoying. You don't want high schoolers home with you when you're home because they get on your goddamn nerves. Teenagers
anyway.
It could have been, and they don't have to be taken to school like the little girl does.
True.
So they also got anyway. It was just plot convenience. So little girl will be home. I'm saying so. To Jemani's point, I really thought the whole math thing shouldn't have been there because it didn't go anywhere. Like, I love your music does not solve the fact he's not going to graduate high school. So the math thing was unnecessary, right? Like, we could have just focused on the music. Like, I was like, why is a random ass North Carolina track coach walking around a California light show competition? And I'm like, what? And like in outfit, there's like, hey, I saw you. You want to be? I was like, this makes no damn sense. Like, it should have been the social media thing, like we talked about. Magical creatures running around a track field. That should have made social media, and then the recruiter comes to the house, and then that's how she gets to school. Like, that's what I thought. And like, and that would have made more sense because I'm like, you didn't see all this magical shit happen. Like you said, this doesn't make the press. Like, no one's talking about this. Like, I thought that's how that was going to turn out. And then I didn't know about the job thing. To your, I didn't know that I was like, you're happy. You ain't got no damn job, buddy. Like, I thought Santa Claus was going to give him a job. And then I guess he did. I guess he put him in charge of the.
He's a new store owner.
So yeah, I was like, you don't have a job, buddy. So when I cut off the movie, I saw kid is still gonna fail out of school because he's not doing math. Daddy don't have a job, and everybody's just happy go lucky. And I'm like, and Holly got expelled, and nobody knows that. Like that's how I took the ending of the movie.
Why do you think Holly got
expelled? And I'm like, is old Edward out? Not was it Charles Dickinson or whatever character Pip or whatever? Yeah, is he just like a basement dweller? Like, is he like what is? I'm like, where does he? Yeah,
I get like where is it?
I didn't understand that.
I had a big issue on that one. So I was like, why you have this character just for him to just go away like that? It was just so weird.
It didn't make sense.
Because originally he just walked down the street, and I was like, where the fuck is he going?
You don't even know where he's going. You don't even know where he's at.
At the Christmas party, and I'm like, what are you gonna do after Christmas? Like, your whole family is dead. Like, are you what?
That didn't make any sense. No,
it didn't make any kind of damn sense, right? I was like, what? So. I thought that was gonna go somewhere, and like that didn't. But what was it? It was those two characters. So like, I'm glad like they didn't become a couple. So I thought that's what usually happens in these types of movies. So I was happy that they were just like have fun and they both went off on their shit. But like, it would have been like if Pip shows up, they all show up. Human info, like, you know, and they all come to the party. Like, what makes Pip special? Like, you know, like that sort of thing. I mean, he actually spent most of the time talking to these two. So I thought they were all going to come to see what they look like in real life, and like, you know, that sort of thing. I thought. Are they all working at the North Pole? Maybe I thought Pip was going to work at the North Pole, perhaps, because Pepper got redeemed. I thought the whole point was that he was like, you can come back. I forgive you. You can come work at the North Pole.
And she said no. Remember, she said not interested. She said no. Like, she thought about it like sarcastically and was like no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought she got in the sleigh and flew off with the Black Santa. I thought. Maybe I stopped giving a fuck. I don't know. What about what about the white family that showed up to that store? We didn't get into their story. Like, he wasn't the only customer, which I thought that was the whole point of this thing. But there was a whole other family probably that showed up. So there should be a whole other part 2, possibly. That was like, I
would imagine like once they won, because no one's ever beat the elf. Once you beat that elf, and now the elf is miniature, all the curses she did just reverse, which is what already happened with those the chorus of those little toys. They came out, you know what I mean? Because they had a story too. So obviously they went back. So I would imagine the customers that would have went nowhere as well. You see what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah. I felt like, I don't know. Because again, that's like, I guess adding characters to be like why, like if this is not going to go anywhere. Because I was like, I just thought maybe that was going to be a thing. And then that just wasn't a thing. But
maybe they just didn't buy anything from the store. They just browsed.
But again, I thought the store was like, again, his competition thing, and the store was going to help him realize the true meaning of Christmas is family and that sort of thing. And then that just didn't work out. So I was like, why do you even have to get fired? Like, I'm not even sure how, because I was going to say that meant nothing in big scheme of things. Like him being fired, looking for a job that really didn't go anywhere. But then again, he got owned the shop. So I was like, well, thank you guys for helping me know what happened to this movie. So were the bloopers funny? Because I didn't watch that either.
Yeah, some of them were funny. Yeah, there was a joke that was it Eddie Murphy gave Dave Allen Greer about him being a Black Santa. It's like, hey, you supposed to be Black Santa or something like that. I forgot what the line was. That was kind of funny.
He said you Black Santa, you can't help us. I bet you White Santa can help us.
Oh, that's right. And then David was like, oh, you something, like, you look like, oh, yeah. He gave him like, yeah.
I would. So my biggest to the issue of just unnecessary would be that when I think it was Pepper stepped on the car when they were trying to drive away, and the SNL guy was like, "Look at the presser with the foot on our neck," and I was like, "This is unnecessary." I was like, let's not. Let's not. It's fine because it's a hood, not a neck.
When you have folks like that ad-libbing during a family Christmas movie, it doesn't work.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I was like, what message? What? Like, what does it have to do with anything?
I'm gonna say kids are not gonna understand what the hell you're talking about, and then you're gonna divide certain parents even on that thing too. So like, that's not necessary for not for a movie like that. You know?
Yeah, this ain't it. Like, this ain't the vehicle. Like, and I don't know what you're trying to achieve. Like, anyway. So I was like, no, buddy. But I love the characters. So I love the actors anyway. And when she was like, "Oh, they look so lifelike," I was like, "No, they don't." To your point of special effects, it's like they don't. They look like very much like toys, like in figurines, and they just happen to start moving a little bit. I was like, no, but it was cool. Again, I watched it on TV. My favorite Christmas movie is Scrooged. Like, I love Scrooged with Bill Murray. I thought so. We watched this one and then we watched that one. And then Lethal Weapon. I feel Lethal Weapon is also my favorite Christmas movie. I was like, awesome.
Which
not Die Hard. Well, one Lethal Weapon 1. It was a Christmas movie. Yeah, actually.
It's a Wonderful Life for me.
Anyway, what's up? It's a Wonderful Life for you?
Yeah, it's a Wonderful Life. Yeah. Love that one. Yeah, Scrooge is cool too. But no, It's a Wonderful Life just because the whole messaging for it, and I love the fact that you can watch it. You don't even have to be super religious, even though yes, they're dealing with the angel and whatnot. Just the whole messaging of it was great. And then doesn't really. That's one of those Christmas films that doesn't offend anyone necessarily. You know what I mean? All that stuff. So, and it still hits today. You know what I mean? That's still a great, I think that's a very strong film, and the messaging was awesome. So, and acting.
All right. Jemani?
My Christmas movies have to have the 2 C's, which is crime and cursing, which makes, Reindeer Games or either Bad Santa.
Or who?
Thank you, Jemani.
Or who?
Both of those are good movies. I would watch Bad Santa before I watch Reindeer Games again. But Billy Bob killed it. Billy Bob Thornton, I was like, that shit was hilarious. He's like, She was like, "You fucked me the ass so hard, I haven't shit straight for a week." I was like, hilarious. I was like, he pissed on himself for real. Like, he's a method actor. I was like, there's a lot going on here. But anyway, Kim, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
Or favorite I like movie? Elf. I do like Elf.
Oh, yeah.
And and I like The Grinch Who Stole Christmas.
The Jim Carrey version or the original?
Yeah. I like the original is my favorite, but I do like the Jim Carrey one a lot. I watch both. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Oh, and I do have one more. Sorry. Frosty the Snowman, but the original that had like the claymation. Claymation. Yeah.
Oh, the Rankin Bass one. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Yes.
They
like,
put that shit out back in the day.
Yeah. The one you put a hat on him, he just starts off saying "Happy birthday," and I was like, I never understood until I got older. I was like, "Oh, now I understand Happy Birthday. I get it."
Mm-hmm.
See, it grows on you. It grows on you. But like, so I know people are like, Die Hard is the best Christmas movie, and I was like,
people say, okay, this is the thing. People are trying to get into the whole club thing and just doing the whole like bandwagon thing. But like, I want to be different. And so now everyone's like Die Hard, Gremlins, and when I was like, okay, we get it. You're trying to be different, especially. But now everyone is saying it, so it's like the whole Die Hard thing's so old now, where it's just like I don't believe it when people say Die Hard anymore or Gremlins. You know what I mean? It might be legit. You know what I mean? Like even when even hearing Jamani say like or was it you about Lethal Weapon? I was like, I heard Lethal Weapon, but in my head I was just like about to roll my eyes, like right. You know what I mean? You might be legit. Yes. No, it might be legit. The problem is I hear that so often. It's just I feel like people are just trying to be different. You know what I mean?
I hate
it just lost its originality when people say stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because those movies are so like R-rated and whatnot. It's just so cool to say stuff like that. It just lost its flavor, in my opinion. It's just like, all right, we get it. It was cool the first time around.
I will say, coming from New York, Home Alone 2 always has a special place for me because it just.
Over the first one?
The first one.
Because I live in New York.
The first one, Jamani, or the first one, right?
No, I'm saying the second one because I live in New York.
Really?
I've to this day, I want to go to Plaza Hotel.
See, I mean, everybody. I'm just saying, of movies I'm willing to watch, a Christmas movie I'm willing to watch. That's why I picked. I was like. We watched all three of them like on that Saturday, and I was like, I like Lethal Weapon as a family, but it was like it was all about it was Christmas. I was like, this is pretty cool. Die Hard was a bit much. It was just one dude, but they're both anyway. That's a whole other video.
Are you going to hear Are you going to watch that new Silent Night movie? It's supposed to be the guy who directed John Wick. It just came out in films about this guy's kid was murdered a couple days before Christmas, and then he's like he's deaf, and then he just goes around just killing people for revenge on Christmas Day.
Nah, I'm good. That's the guy that played RoboCop, the white dude that played RoboCop, right?
RoboCop? No, the guy from Altered Carbon.
He also played RoboCop.
I don't know. I didn't watch RoboCop. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I didn't want to say yes when you said RoboCop.
Wait, the new RoboCop or the old RoboCop?
The new one.
Okay.
I don't know.
You're right.
If it's the same guy from Altered Carbon, then
it's the guy from Altered Carbon. It's but he was in the terrible remake of RoboCop. And I was like, along with the old dude. Anyway, okay, we gotta get out of here so we can get to Empire. Chris, anything else?
Do I recommend this movie?
That's good.
I would recommend this to you guys if this is like if you have a big family, this is like a background movie to play in the living room while you guys are eating dinner at the main table. Maybe the little kids will be interested in watching it because of the animations and stuff of like the chickens and the geeses and all that other stuff. So I would give it a little bit of grace because because it is just a typical Christmas movie. But however, at times it kind of felt like they were trying to make it adult. Well, like with some of the stuff going on in the language and the innuendos. So for that reason, wasn't the biggest fan. If it was just all whimsical or whatnot, I would have been fine with it. But the fact that they tried to throw some stuff in there where I was just like, so sorry guys.
Gotcha, Chris. Thank you very much. We will see you tomorrow for Mr.
Bye, Chris. Have a great week.
Oh crap, my bad.
You said. Oh, what about Mr. and Mrs. Smith? What'd you say?
We're doing Mr. and Mrs. Smith the trailer tomorrow.
Oh, what time is that?
I don't know, man. I got to come with schedule, but
Okay,
it'll be tomorrow.
All right.
I don't need this pressure. All right. Okay. Bye. Okay. Kim. Anything else?
Okay. Anyway, yeah. I mean, for me, like I said, my 13-year-old grandson, yeah, I could watch this with him, right? Because it is more adult, even though 13 is not an adult. I'm just saying he would kind of get some of the reference, right?
Yeah.
And
PG-13, like PG-13.
Yeah, 13.
You know?
So he's marching into teenhood, right? So he could probably watch this, but this is not made for children. It's just not. It may have a child in it, Holly, but it's not made for children. So it's a Christmas movie, but not a child's Christmas movie. So I enjoyed it for what it was. It was fantastical. It's Eddie Murphy. I love him. Period. In story. I can't say anything wrong about Eddie. I love Tracy Ross, period. She's always the best mom. She is not even a mom in real life, but she plays the best mom on TV. She is phenomenal. And then the young actors, I think they did a great job as, portraying the son and daughters. They did a really good job. So for me, it was enjoyable. It was entertaining. It was fantastical. And certain things did not make any sense at all. David Alan Grier, I love him. I do. I think he can do anything in the world, and I would watch it. And the young lady who played Pepper, I don't think it was her fault that she got on my nerves. I think it was the writing that they gave her. And but other than that, she was pretty, consistent with her acting. But other than that, I mean, I recommend it if you watch, you're cleaning your house, right? And you want to have something on in the background, go ahead and watch this movie. Like, turn it on. Clean your house. Every once in a while, you'll look up and you'll see something and you'll continue cleaning. So I'm not going to badmouth it and tell people not to watch it. It's enjoyable. You can watch it.
Should have said that at the beginning. All right, Kim. She gives her best review at the end. If you watch the whole hour of this, you'd be like, yeah, it wasn't that good. It's not that bad. It was actually pretty good. All right, Kim. We'll get the Empire in a little bit. Right.
Okay.
I got rid of you. I got to get rid of. Hey, there you go. All right, Jamani. What you got?
Okay, so Pepper went to the house, found the creatures, says a rhyme, and then leaves.
Yes.
What was the purpose of that? Like, she could have took them, or she what?
So the movie could happen, Jamani. So the movie can happen. Like, let's not do this, bro. Like, I hear you. I hear you, bro. I'm like, wait. So the movie could happen. Okay.
Okay. All right. So, but I don't know. I'm just always going for the joke, right? So when David Alan Grier, Santa Claus, says the only thing that can undo this is the Christmas wish of a little child, right? And the curse is undone and everything. I'm Eddie Murphy. I'd have leaned over to that girl. I'd have been like, you wishing for that? You need to be wishing for daddy to have a new job.
Also true. I at that moment, I can see that being yes, because baby daddy's unemployed. But then once you go, it doesn't matter. Like, mommy got the job. Mommy's gonna be the breadwinner. We're gonna be fine. Which also kind of should.
So then that makes the sequel to this Daddy Daycare, doesn't it?
In some, yes. And it could this could be the prequel to Daddy Daycare to your point. If redone today. So I like that. Anything else?
Just if you haven't seen it, get yourself an edible, micro dose, whatever you do, and then strap in for whatever psychedelic trip that they take you on.
Thank you, Jamal. We don't often recommend drugs on this channel, but I hear your point. I hear your point. This is not the grounded movie that you may think it's going to be. It's a fantastical ride. Would you say?
Yeah.
All right, Jamal. All right, guys. Thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. It was enjoyable. I watched it for free, and that's how you should watch this movie. I wouldn't have paid theater money to see it, and I'm happy that I did not. But more drugs, please, according to Chris. Anyway, thank you guys very much. Hang out with Kim and I. You will see us in a little bit. I will say thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. I see people watching, people in the chat.
I enjoy The View very much. I don't know what it fuck I was watching.
Rewatch this. Rewatch this when we're done. Rewatch this. You'll see what we're talking about. You're gonna be like, oh shit.
Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
What do I go ahead?
Oh, shit.
Casey, do your thing.
Fuck that shit.
But anyway, please like and share and comment on the video and all that kinds of stuff. As they say, we're just going to end this broadcast and say bye.